Ah, Dies Mary Eve, agus fáilte roimh go brúach na bóinne baile á trim. Welcome to the Banks of the Boyne trim for another of Matt and Michael's lockdown. We hope you all had a very, very good week. It's into October now. There's a chill in the air, even though there's still plenty of sunshine. So we look forward to a nice autumn. This week we have a poem by Roald Dahl. Matt pays tribute to one of his musical heroes. Paddy shares more of his musings in his diary, including enjoying an old film, having 20 potatoes for dinner, pet rabbits, and losing car keys. And we have a song from Trim's own Kathy Crinion. We hope you enjoy all these. We'll start with Matt. And as you well know by now, one of his great music heroes is John McCormack. John McCormack was born in Athlone in 1884 and he died in 1945 on the 16th of September. So Matt is remembering his anniversary at this time. And he's going to sing one of John McCormack's most beautiful songs, though maybe not so well known, Somewhere a Voice is Calling. Off you go, Matt.
Dusk and the shadows falling o'er land and the sea. Somewhere a voice is calling, calling to me. Dusk and the shadows falling o'er land and the sea. Somewhere a voice is calling, calling for night and the stars are gleaming, tender and true. Dearest, my heart is dreaming, dreaming of you. Night and the stars are gleaming, tender and true. Dearest, my heart is dreaming, dreaming of you. do hope you all enjoyed that little tribute to my great hero, John McCormack. Thank you.
Roald Dahl was a British novelist, short story writer, poet, screenwriter, and a wartime fighter pilot. He was born in Wales in 1916 to Norwegian immigrant parents. He became one of the world's best-selling authors. Most of his books were for children. Many of his books have been made into films. He died in 1990. He wrote poetry for children, and one collection called Revolting Rhymes, which was published in 1982, contains reinterpretations of well-known fairy stories. Here's his take on The Three Little Pigs. The Three Little Pigs by Roald Dahl. The animal I really dig above all others is the pig. Pigs are noble. Pigs are clever. Pigs are courteous. However, now and then, to break the rule, one meets a pig who is a fool. What, for example, would you say if strolling through the woods one day, right there in front of you, you saw a pig who'd built his house of straw? The wolf who saw it licked his lips and said, "That pig has had his chips. Little pig, let me come in." "No, no, by the hairs of my chinny chin chin." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." The little pig began to pray, but Wolfie blew his house away. He shouted, "Bacon, pork and ham, oh, what a lucky wolf I am." And though he ate the pig quite fast, he carefully kept the tail till last. Wolf wandered on, a trifle bloated. Surprise, surprise, for soon he noted another little house for pigs, and this one had been built of twigs. Little pig, let me come in." "No, no, by the hairs of my chinny chin chin." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." The wolf said, "Okay, here we go." He then began to blow and blow. The little pig began to squeal. He cried, "Oh, wolf, you've had one meal. Why can't we talk and make a deal?" The wolf replied, "Not on your Nelly." And soon the pig was in his belly. "Two juicy little pigs," Wolf cried, "but still I'm not satisfied. I know how full my tummy's bulging, but oh, how I adore indulging." So creeping quietly as a mouse, the wolf approached another house, a house which also had inside a little piggy trying to hide. "You'll not get me," the piggy cried. "I'll blow you down," the wolf replied. "You'll need," pig said, "a lot of puff, and I don't think you have enough." Wolf huffed and puffed and blew. The house stayed up as good as new. "If I can't blow it down," Wolf said, "I'll have to blow it up instead. I'll come back in the dead of night and blow it up with dynamite." Pig cried, "You brute, I might have known." Then picking up the telephone, he dialed as quickly as he could the number of Red Riding Hood. "Hello," she said. "Who's speaking? Who?" "Oh, hello, Piggy. How do you do?" Pig cried, "I need your help, Miss Hood. Oh, help me, please. Do you think you could?" "I'll try, of course," Miss Hood replied. "What's on your mind?" "A wolf," Pig cried. "I know you've dealt with wolves before, and now I've got one at my door." "My darling Pig," she said, "my sweet, that's something really up my street. I've just begun to wash my hair, but when it's dry, I'll be right there." A short while later, through the wood, came striding brave Miss Riding Hood. The wolf stood there, his eyes ablaze, and yellowish like mayonnaise. His teeth were sharp, his gums were raw, and spit was dripping from his jaw. Once more the maiden's eyelids flickers. She whipped a pistol from her knickers. Once more she hits the vital spot and kills him with a single shot. Pig peeping through the window stood and yelled, "Well done, Miss Riding Hood." Ah, Piglet, you should never trust young ladies from the upper crust. For now Miss Riding Hood, one notes, not only has 2 wolf-skin coats, but when she goes from place to place, she has a pigskin travelling case.
Hi, some more entries from my diary. Thursday the 12th of August. I had a nice evening watching telly. Watched an old movie, Meet Me in St. Louis, a musical on BBC4. Delightful, though I'm very annoyed because there were no credits at the end. They just didn't show them. How cruel is that? Friday the 13th of August. My car key is missing from my keyring. Mary has the other car keyring and her key is missing too. When I say the key is missing, I mean the physical key, which we never use because our access to the car is all done electronically. As long as you have the keypad in your pocket or in your handbag, it works. And how can it be that both keys have gone missing around the same time? What's worse, we have no idea about where to start looking. The Summerhills are heading off on holidays tomorrow, so Jane, Luce and Rosie brought in the 2 pet rabbits, George and Mildred. We're minding them for the week, God help us. Saturday the 14th of June. I had a lie-in till 10:30 or so. Welcome, as I haven't been feeling the best. Mary went into the town and I nearly forgot about the rabbits till Mary reminded me on the phone. Later in the morning I stood out at the church at the funeral of the wife of a chap I know. I noticed that quite a few people were sympathising with the bereaved by shaking hands. Not recommended because of COVID, but people still doing it. I was chatting to another fellow at the funeral whom I haven't seen for at least 40 years, and I told him the story of how I called to his house on some business many years ago, and that his mother reassured me that the 2 dogs who came out of the house barking like mad wouldn't go near me. What happened? One of them came straight over and bit me on the leg. Too late now to discuss compensation, I queried today. We had a chuckle over that, but compensation could have been an issue if it had happened in latter years. Mary and I watched the wedding online of the son of a neighbour. It was in St. Patrick's Cathedral, Dublin, a Church of Ireland ceremony with the groom's uncle, a Catholic priest, as one of several clergy there. Great to see this sort of thing. Later we watched Mayo beat Dublin in the All-Ireland semi to stop the Dubs getting their 7th All-Ireland title in a row. An astonishing match. It went to extra time after Mayo was losing by 6 points at half-time. Sunday the 15th of August, a nice leisurely day. We watched Meath ladies beat the favourites Cork after extra time in the All-Ireland semi-final in Croke Park under Bannister Eamon Murray. Eamon is a one-time neighbour here in St. John's. The girls scored 2 goals in 1 minute at the very end in a no-hope situation. Amazing stuff. Monday the 16th of August, I peeled 20 spuds for the dinner for 2 people. I know, but they were all tiny mouthfuls, still Queen's new potatoes, that's why they were so small, or more correctly, second earlies. But 20, this could be a record for 2 people. And do you get the pun there? I'll say it again. This could be a record for 2 people. At the end of the meal, I counted the number of potatoes left over. 8. So we only ate 12.
Clang, clang, clang went the trolley. Ding, ding, ding went the bell. Zing, zing, zing went my heartstrings. From the moment I saw him, I fell.
Meet Me in St. Louis is the tender, romantic story of the most popular young beauty of the early 1900s, of her crush on the boy next door, of her lovable, yet at times humorous family.
If you like me like I like you, and we like both the same, I like to say this very day, I'd like to change your name. We will dance for hoochie coochie. You will be my tootsie whoopsie if you will meet me in St. Louis, Louis. Meet me at the fair.
This poem is based on memories of the times when phones were less common and less used, and when I had a custom of every Sunday evening ringing my parents down in Sligo. And it really comes from that feeling after someone dies that they're still there. You know, the feeling where you say, I must tell my father that, and then you realise you can't because he's gone. Phone call. Some Sunday evening in October or November, after pulling the curtains and checking his emails and soaking the porridge for the morning, he will decide to call us to inquire about my rheumatism, her smoker's cough, our plans for Christmas, tell us how good retirement is, who his latest grandchild looks like, that the tests were clear, but his back is still at him, and end by promising that they will visit us when the evenings lengthen sometime after Patrick's Day. We know all this, have heard about that back before, could tell him what his next tests will show, how his grandchildren will miss him. We also know that just before he dials our ancient number, he will remember that our phone is disconnected, our house demolished, and we are both long dead.
When we run into problems, it's always hard for me to compromise. I get to thinking about my freedom and all the ways that I could start another life. I wonder if I forever could be coming to an end. every time I think it's over, I think it over again. Too many hearts get broken, I know that happens all the time. But when you split love down the middle, tell me, where do you draw the line? Any way you look at it, does anybody win? So every time I think it's over, I think it over again. I finally come to realize that ups and downs are all a part of love. There's just no better feeling when the anger dies and we start making up. From that new beginning, we come back to being friends. So every time I think it's over, I think it over again. Too many hearts get broken, I know that happens all the time. But when you split love down the middle, tell me, where do you draw the line? Any way you look at it, does anybody win? So every time I think it's over, I think it over again. Yes, every time I think it's over,